Hello, welcome back to another Build Thoughts episode. Today we'll be taking another look at the Zurg Mech and the Eric robot from the Zurg battle from Lightyear, or the LEGO Lightyear theme. Now I did a traditional review of this set if you want to see that. And I'll just be talking more about the builds. It's kind of just a character pack. You get Buzz as well as Izzy and Socks the cat as well. I think this is probably the best value set of it has the best value of all the three Lightyear sets. I think. Um, I do plan to get the spaceship at some point soon. Definitely. But I wanted this one first, mainly because it has the Zurg. I mean, come on, I've always wanted a Lego Zurg. I've never been able to get one because they're just really pricey now. The old ones. Um, and this was the most affordable one, and you build it up, which is really cool. And yeah, this is the main part of the set. You get the Zurg mech, and then you get the Eric robot as well, and of course the minifigs. It may not seem like that much, like compared to other sets, but it's quite a decent build. I mean, there are a lot of stickers, which that's definitely one of the issues. I'll talk about that in a minute. There are a few issues with the Zurg mech. A couple of them you can easily fix, I'm sure. But yeah, I wanted to actually talk about the Eric robot first. Let's just move the Zurg aside for just a minute. Hopefully it'll focus on Eric here. So this is Eric, the robot. In the movie, he doesn't do that much, he's just kind of like a background character. He's holding the Crystallic Fusion, which is for the spaceship set. And that's cool. And, yeah, it's really nice. He's kind of like this, because in the display, he's like on the floor, or like on the ground trying to get the fusion, and then he's trying to get away from Zurg. So I already have this display ready. Sorry about that. Sheesh. But anyway, so here he is. He's pretty cool looking. I like the fact, especially, that he's built upside down. I think that's like the coolest part of him to me. Because when you're building him, you kind of build him kind of like traditional, like this. And then they ask you to flip it around as he falls. He only has 1 point of movement, of course, but the stickers add a lot of detail as well. If you can see those. Maybe. You can see those. Yeah, there you go. And yeah, it's cool. There's not really much movement, like I said. He just looks really cool. Like, he looks really good and really faithful to the movie design, which is very appreciated. The only thing is, you got to be careful about these stickers, because, if you get them wrong, it looks a little weird, but it's not that big of a deal. I think the coolest part, I did show this in the review, of the eye piece, is just a unicorn with the stud with the hole. You put that into this piece with the hole, and that makes his eye. I thought that was really clever, and I like how this is kind of rounded, and then you got this flat one here. And I think the wheels look really good. He's resting on these studs, which, it gets a good balance. He looks really proper, even though there's a hole in the back of his head, but you know what? Who cares? I like the color scheme. I like the fact that his arm can move. And yeah, that's it for Eric. I mean, he's just a really cool build. And he's a nice addition to the set. I like it. And you can have him hold pretty much anything with a bar on it. So obviously the Crystallic Fusion is ideal for that. So I'm just gonna have him hold that. He doesn't really want to stand up with it though. So he just wants to fall over, but it works for my display since he's on the ground trying to get the fusion. But anyway, let's take a look at another look at the Zurg robot. Now, I think this is it's so well designed. Like, it looks so bulky, especially on the lower legs here. I do think, I'm going to get my complaints out of the way here. I think these arms, the middle arms here, the middle area, these ones, I think they could have been bulked up just a little more. Just put like a piece maybe under here, or maybe like you just under here, and then have another purple, another purple piece, another purple armor piece, making it a little bit more bulky. It's just a little thin, but you know, it's not that big of a deal. And obviously the cannon is my own design. So if you want to learn, there's a tutorial. If you want to build that, you can do that, in that video. So it's more recent, so you'll see it. And I do think the biggest complaint with the set is the fact that there's so many stickers. There's 15 of them, and it's a lot. It's a lot to put on, and you got to get them straight most of the time. I think I got these foot ones a little off, but you know, it doesn't bother me that much. And there is some stickers on the back as well, not too many, but still. So that could be a complaint. It's a minor complaint for me. Like, I don't mind putting Lego stickers on, but I can understand if people hate it. Definitely I can understand that. But it's just a really nice looking model, I think, and it has a lot of great posability. The one thing here, actually there's two things with these legs here. So, there is this bar, two bars on this side here. You can see one on the upper torso, one on the other side holding the teleportation disc. So there is kind of a issue. So the first issue, I think, it's just a minor thing, but there are clips on this leg, and they've already begun to be kind of loose, and that's because they're clip pieces. It would have been nicer if they were ball joints. That way they're more like solid and less loose. Anyway, the biggest issue I've had with posing the Zurg is actually with these upper legs. So if I move his arm out of the way, there is a ball joint, of course, here, and there's a bar here. But if I move it forward, it's very limited. So the forward movement is like that. You can get it barely to there. You could kind of cheat and go around it, but then it looks a little weird. I'm thinking of maybe taking these off at some point, these bar pieces, just because they limit the movement of the forward motion. So that's a little bit lame. But you kind of need one of them to clip the teleportation disc. Actually, let me try something. Huh. Okay. So you could take the disc and put it onto one of these ones here. That could work. I'll leave it there for now. I think eventually I may take those off just because it's limiting. It's restricting the movement. So anyway, I wanted to point that out. I think the best part of this set, though, and I already talked about this in the review, is the head. I mean, look at this head. It's so good looking. Hopefully you can see it. Hopefully he does not want to fall over. So that is the Zurg head. Let me see if I can get you a closer look at that. Maybe? If I move up here, you can kind of see it better. 1 second. Okay. There, so here's the head. And it's awesome. It's got all this great printing. I said in the review, mentioned it. It's the coolest part of the set. It is brand new for this one. And it looks great. Looks super menacing, super accurate, very good. I almost would have liked to see a set with the fighter scene, like maybe have a small set with, actually that wouldn't work. Never mind. I was gonna say Zurg's fighter plane, like his starfighter, in the film that was briefly seen in that kind of that quick chase scene in the clouds in Lightyear. That would have been interesting to see, I think, like a set where you could put this Zurg in there, but then it would just be kind of big, you know? And then I think maybe it wouldn't have worked. So I think this is good. I think maybe they should have included some, like, landscape in the set, maybe, but then it probably would have pushed the price up to, like, 40 or 35. Anyway, it's a great set. I think he's missing his cannon, though. That's why I gave it to him. For whatever reason, they were not able to give us the cannon or the ion blaster that was in the film. It's a great model. It's got some great posability, and yeah, I'm enjoying looking at it, and just like the building experience was great. You know, minus the stickers, that was a little bit tedious, but it was really interesting. Like, you built his torso, you kind of built that area first, and you built the legs and the arms after. And I think it's great. It's a great looking Zurg. I mean, all the Lego Zurg sets have been awesome. I think this is probably the best looking one. I mean, it's very realistic. It's very accurate to the movie, and it looks great. The only thing is, again, the sticker problem, and again, the missing cannon. I think that should have been included, for sure. But you can make it your own. It's Lego. You can make it. It's fine. It's not that big of a problem. Minifigures are stellar, I think. And the Eric is great too. So it's just a great little kind of desk model. It's not too big, so it doesn't take up too much space. It's not too expensive, and it's kind of a quicker build. And it's fun. It's fun posing it. It looks great, and I think the designers did a wonderful job with the Zurg model and the Eric, the whole set really. The whole Lightyear theme I think is great. Um, they did a great job for just one movie, just 3 sets. They did a pretty good job. And I think this one was the coolest of the bunch to me. So when this was released, I'm like, I kind of want it, but I kind of don't. I was kind of on the fence. And when I saw the movie, I'm like, okay, I definitely want it now. And this scene in the film is really cool. It's very action heavy, very exciting. And you can recreate that now, and it's got just a great look to it, I think. I think more Lego mechs should be designed like this. Like, let me give you a brief comparison. Let me get something really quick just to end this off here. Hold on, let's see. Here's the Ironmonger that I got earlier. Now, of course, these are very different models, but I feel like, now that building this Zurg, I feel like this should have been this. Like, the Ironmonger should have definitely been more like the Zurg here, where it's more proportional to the figure. It's more like in scale. But anyway, I might make a whole video on that. I still love the Ironmonger set, don't get me wrong, it's awesome. But it does have some issues. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. What do you think of this Zurg model? Do you think it could have been done better? Do you love it like I do? Have you picked it up? What do you think about it? Do you like this better than the original Zurg sets? Or just let me know which one you prefer. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you in the next one. Take care. Have a great day.